Quick note about the run itself. Not where I'm supposed to be, but not bad either. Some ups, a lot of downs, very washed on Freeport. Somehow, this is the time I got. Overall, I say it's okay. Definitely, I think, respectable send off. And that's pretty much why I'm here talking to you like this. You're not reading the title wrong at all. I got this on April 8th, 2023, and that day was my last day being a speedrunner. Why? It's no secret that after I did the sub 5 minute run on Wash, I was just nowhere to be found. And there's two reasons for that. One, life happened. I have more responsibilities than I did when I first started. Two, I don't really enjoy it anymore. I haven't for a while, even before that run on Wash, but I held off on actually doing something like this since I was trying to figure out if this was burnout or not. Turns out it wasn't. I don't really get excited to sit down and go for times anymore. I think I've been there and done that enough for one life, and I don't even get satisfaction from having these times anymore. Nowadays, I'm just forcing myself to play, and I don't really need that. So that's it in a nutshell without having to talk you to death over some.
Other than that, I do want to give a few shout outs before I go. First, a huge thank you to New Metals. You were very helpful to me when I first came to the Discord. Whenever I had questions, you pointed me in the right direction. You were just a good person all around, and I think the community is very lucky to have you. Your Mag, Shoot and Grab, Karate Kid, all solid people as well. I can't name every single person I've seen in the community, but most of the ones I've seen are very good people. Second, but arguably the most important one, the forum guy. You know who you are, and I'm not going to say your name since I'll probably butcher it, but if you're watching, I just want you to know this. You have no idea how much of an impact you've had on me as a player, just me simply getting to this point, especially on Rockbridge. You have my respect and my thanks, not just because you gave me tips when you really didn't have to, but just based off of your posts and the conversations we've had together. I feel like you just wanted to have better times put on the leaderboard. And you did. You had nothing to gain for yourself from telling us anything, but you did it anyway. And I know you've been seen as the punching bag for, well, if we're being honest with each other, for being condescending in your posts, and you were. But overall, I don't think you're a bad person, and you're certainly not a cheater either. Speaking of which, you're overdue for a very long apology. It's not right to question someone's integrity unless you can clearly articulate why that person is lying or cheating at something. Now, I can understand why people thought your times were suspicious at first. At one point, I was even skeptical of Rockbridge as well, but instead of writing it off as impossible or you just quote-unquote game sharking your times in, I kept learning and growing until I could prove it was possible. That's the only reason why I put up with category runs like this in the first place. And every time I did submissions, I tried to give people numerous chances to retract their statements, but it never happened. And unfortunately, I can't force other people to apologize, nor can I apologize on their behalf. But I'm truly sorry that there are those that simply cannot or probably will not amend their thoughts about your times, even after people like myself and S2000 just proved that they were possible. I know saying that might get me blacklisted with certain people, but you know what? It's okay, because this is the right thing to do. It should have been done a long time ago, and I hope at least one person from there will do the right thing. Because calling people's integrity into question, as I said, it's not a good thing, and it even continues to happen to this day. Just based off of a recent incident, there's someone here calling someone's integrity into question without any preliminary investigation whatsoever or even looking at the totality of the circumstances. And it has to stop. And I'm not going to go into the very specifics of every situation, such as naming and shaming people as a courtesy to the Discord community, but something's going to have to change. And it doesn't matter if the person is a scumbag or not, or if they're likable to you or not. Just doing this, it's not a good way to be. And I hope that one day that you need to be better than that. All right. Think I've said about enough, so I'm going to go ahead and head out. But just so you're aware, while I'm not doing any more runs past this, I do still have some saved up from 2 and 3 that I haven't released yet. I'm probably just going to put them out whenever I feel like it at this point. And if I remember off the top of my head, there's Greenfield, White Sands. I think there was a SJI in there. I think Sequoia. Lap time under 49 seconds finally. Oh, well, now I probably should just go ahead and put the exact lap time in Discord immediately, because God forbid I wait to put it out. Wouldn't want to seem insincere. Anyway, you guys take care of yourselves. Go ahead and blaze your own trail. I'll be watching. Just in case you were ever curious about what my Hall of Fame times look like for these tracks, I'll go ahead and show them. I don't really have anything to hide at this point, and I'm not declaring to be anything special with these, but you know, you need any baseline times for yourselves or you want something to go after, here you go.